Dude, that is awesome.
Living in nature is where it's at.
Dude, that is so awesome, man. So, what have you been doing since Winters at War? I know you've been doing some cool merch, and I really like those cool merch. Are you just trying to figure out should I play Survivor again? Should I not? What? So,
I play Survivor again?
Would you ever play Survivor again?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not. Unless it I feel like I didn't really I never really got going. I didn't get it wasn't, I just got voted off too early, but that's part of the game. But if the edge of extinction was not there, then I think I would enjoy coming back to play again. But you can't guarantee if it's going to be there or not be there. That's the problem.
I know. All right. Yeah. So me and Jonah, we've been thinking about this. So, Jonah, you want to answer his Africa Ethan the question?
Oh, that?
Yes,
okay.
That.
Yeah, so I definitely want you to do the Piss Cave song.
I got you, Ethan. I got
Honestly, no, I got. We're good. Do you have a log, or do you have a yellow hat and a log?
Oh, the yellow hat. Well, I just
you have a log.
I'm doing Rob versus Tyson tonight. So if you guys can show up on Twitch tonight at 9 p.m., we're doing a Survivor Africa trivia contest. We're giving away old school Survivor gear. We're giving away Boston Rob construction T-shirts. Top 10 finishers get a prize. We're doing raffles the whole night. So it's on Twitch tonight. I think they're rewatching Heroes versus Villains at 8 with Coach. And then I'm going to hop on at 9 for a trivia contest.
All right.
So,
all right, 9 p.m. What place, Central Eastern?
The Piscade song is kind of like type song. But so I would feel more comfortable if Tyson, the Piss Cave, but it was Tyson that sang the Piss Cave song.
Piss Cave.
Well, Harrison, we know it, Harrison.
Piss Cave 2.0. Me and Jonah were thinking about it. Should I make a Piss Cave? Should I make a Piss Cave 2.0? Or should I, Piss Cave, Africa Ethan, Piss Cave.
If anyone can throw down some beats and you guys can do a little Piss Cave mashup,
all right,
maybe
sick.
Find where Tyson did it and get his recording and then mash it in with your recording, I think that would be epic.
That would be kind of awesome. So,
Harrison, are you able to record it?
Do you know Piss Cave?
I would love to record an awesome Piss Cave. So,
Dylan, what's up? What's your story, man?
I don't have one. I mean, I was very blessed to meet Harrison in the Survivor world, and he put us all together. It's really neat.
It is neat. I think this is really cool.
Yeah, we've been good friends for the past,
since quarantine started.
Nice.
I'd say we've been good friends for the past, probably 6 months.
Excellent.
Yeah. I honestly, you never seen those Survivor Instagram stuff. I did not know this since quarantine started, and then it was me and Dylan and some other people and we were like, huh, this is new. I never know this was the thing.
Okay, so does anybody have questions for Ethan? There is a few questions that I have. Does anybody else have any?
Bring them on.
All right. Okay, so I wanted just for you to give a rundown on the Saboga shelter. So for way back in All Stars. So it's a long time ago. So Rupert felt really bad about the shelter, and how miserable was that?
Bad about the shelter. First, this is what was happening. All right. Survivor All Stars. I hit the beach. Everyone's strategy was get the winners off first. I happened to be on a really mishmash tribe. It was me, Jenna Lewis, Rupert, Rudy, Tina, and Jerry. So I was on the bottom. Tina got voted off first. I was at risk going second. Luckily, got Rudy to vote off. And we got this Home Depot challenge where Rupert, who was kind of leading things, which at that point, you can't stand out too much. You can't be the leader. I needed to make sure other people, I needed to take the attention off of myself, basically. So when Rupert said, let's let's build a log under the beach, on the beach, with a tide coming in and out. I was like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard, but I kind of got to go along with it because if it fails, it's all on you. It's not on me. It takes the attention away from me. And that's really what happened. We literally stayed up 24 hours building that thing.
Oh my God.
They came in, they judged it. We lost miserably. And I would say that was in the morning. That night is when we had the biggest storm in the history of Survivor.
Oh my God.
So
bad.
bad. Cameraman even left. It was just us on the island. The cameraman took off. He's like, I'm out of this fucking place. It's scary. So we were left there to suffer, and our entire shelter filled with water and floated away less than 12 hours after we made it.
Hello, sorry, I'm back. I just ran in. See, look, I still got my school uniform on and everything.
Where are you at school?
I go to St. Agnes High School.
And that's in Florida? No.
I'm in Minnesota.
Oh, Minnesota. Sweet. Nice. Where in Minnesota?
I live in Minneapolis / Brooklyn Park, but Minnesota is not nice at all. It's disgusting.
Oh man, I love it there. I got really close friends there. I got a bunch of friends that are involved with the Minnesota United, the Loons, the new MLS soccer team, professional team over there in Minnesota. Have you checked a game or not?
Oh my God. Okay, so I used to play soccer once. And let me tell you something. I wasn't that good. I was actually the goalie. You know what? You know what happened to me? Kicked me in the face.
Well, do you realize? You're wondering how I got this nose? It's not because I'm Jewish. It's because I got kicked in the freaking nose 100 times playing goalkeeper, and I've broken my nose like 3-4 times because I was a goalkeeper. So,
Really? Crazy.
You got out in time, Berkowitz. You got out in time, my friend.
Yo, Harrison.
Yeah.
Harrison, you want to drop a beat to do the Piss Cave song?
All right, I need a drink of water or something so I can. All right.
You need some glow sticks.
I need some. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
need
well, I
some
got a
glow sticks.
log. I got a
Red
log
Bull.
here.
I only have like a stick like Ozzy.
Let's see if I can find.
You want to go? You want to go? Harrison, you want to go? It's Tokyo.
It was like
Fiji.
it was like piss cave.
It's got to go. It's got to go like.
Dananak.
Yeah, it's Piss cave. So here's my log. You guys want to see? Do you guys want to see the most incredible? This is a sneak peek because the other day I posted on Instagram my logs that were on the floor. I'm going to give you a sneak peek. This you cannot, because I'm going to release this on Instagram. But you ready, Berkowitz? This is the log pile. Ready?
Oh my Lord!
Wow.
Man,
This is what I've been doing with my life.
Man, you might be logging and running, like logging.
And you do this every day?
I heat my house with wood. I have a well. I'm pretty much off the grid, guys.
Man, you might be logging back and forth when winter starts.
It's the worst, man. It's like you got to get ready for winter. And then when winter comes, it's just...
oh, yeah. I bet you New Hampshire will be horrible. I just have a feeling. Oh, don't worry. North Carolina's going to be... I feel like it's going to be worse, in my opinion. So, like, what have you been doing, Ethan, since, like, Winter's at War? Like, we need some info from you.
Yeah, I got some
questions. We need some info.
Okay, this is what I've been doing since Winter's at War. So I do have a job. I work with grassroots soccer. So that is kind of what I do on the daily basis. But it's been really fun to do all this merch that I've been doing. I've been doing some of these VIP game nights, doing this Zoom stuff. My wife and I are extreme isolators, meaning like I don't leave the house because based on my past health condition, So I'm just incredibly, I'm just around I'm around my house a lot, and we don't really leave. I see my mom, every couple weeks in the driveway, socially distanced, and that's about it. I wish I had more exciting. I'm I'm involved with a hemp farm, not the crazy stuff, the hemp stuff, the CBD. That's up in Vermont, so I go up there every once in a while. I had Parvati meet me up there. I had Natalie
Oh yeah, that was
meet
the
me up-
cameo. Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
so sorry about the second one. I didn't mean to send you the second one.
Oh yeah, Berkowitz. Yeah, I forgot. I said, yep, that was pretty cool, right?
Yeah, I just want to say that you never let a crisis go to waste, right? That's what you said on the cameo.
Yeah. Me Exactly.
and my dad were thinking about something, and I will send you a video on my Instagram if you could probably see it. I was thinking about peanut butter and just giving them to the people who were like voting, and I was just like, Dad was like, no, that's not a good idea. I was like, you know what? Look, how about we give them like bottles of water? I was like, Dad, can we just do peanut butter just because this will be for like Tyson and I forget Ethan and for Boston Rob who always like
So random.
yeah I know.
They're gonna be like, why are you giving me peanut butter? You're gonna have to tell the story.
Peanut butter's always good.
Peanut butter. I'll
Peanut
send
butter's
you that
always
to
good.
your goddamn house right now, Ethan. I swear to God, dude.
No peanut butter, no rice, no coconut, no fish anywhere near my house.
Period.
Or logs, although I do have a lot of logs here.
Oh yeah, you definitely have a man. You hope you don't log in on that one, but
Oh, you are so funny.
Jonah.
Okay,
Jonah,
I have a
what other
question.
questions you got? Jonah.
Yeah, I got
what
a
do you
whole bunch actually, and we're gonna get to a few of them.
All right.
Okay, so okay, so who are you most starstruck in All Stars and Winners at War, both seasons?
Starstruck?
Yeah.
Jeff
I mean-
Probst. I'm just kidding.
Starstruck. No, okay. So on All Stars, no one. I was starstruck. Surprised. I was surprised that Rupert was there because no one knew. So we all kind of guessed who was going to be on the cast, and people were talking a little bit, but no one knew who the mystery person would be because season 7 had just stopped filming, and then Rupert had a couple weeks layoff, and then he went and came. So I was surprised that Rupert was there. So I guess that would be a good answer. And then what was the other question on Winners at War?
Yeah, who are you like starstruck to see in Winners at War?
Don't forget, like, I don't know. I wasn't starstruck to see anyone because like,
Because you met him?
well, not because I met him, but I played the show so long ago, season 3, that like I've been able to see everyone kind of up the years.
Right.
If I was like an Adam or or a Wendell, where I've been like watching all these people play all these
Okay.
years and then got to see
Right.
them, I'd probably be a little bit more starstruck. But like, I was one of the first guys to win, and therefore like,
They
it's a
be
little up
starstruck
here.
by you.
I don't know if they are, but I just wasn't, I wasn't necessarily starstruck by anyone. Maybe like I hadn't played against Rob and Tyson ever, since All Star for Rob. So maybe a little, not starstruck, but just competitive, I guess you can say.
oh yeah, Dylan has some questions. So
I do too. I'm just letting y'all go first.
All right. Okay, so you may have touched on this before, but why did you vote Natalie to win over Tony or Michelle?
So my experience on the show Survivor this time, I never met Tony. I didn't talk to him, didn't play against him, never shook his hand, never did anything to the guy. Everything I knew about Tony came from people that were coming to the edge from the main game. So that's all the information I had about him. That's all that I knew about him. And Natalie, on the other hand, obviously, I lived with her on the edge for so long. She like validated my experience on the edge. It was almost like she escaped from prison and got to go back into the real world and start playing again. And so, as you can see in this particular season, I definitely played more with my heart than like strategic because I didn't have the opportunity. So, for me, it was just I voted with my heart this time versus with like my brain and strategic self, just because I also knew Tony had pretty much all the votes going into that thing. So
Yeah.
I was confident that I wanted to throw Natalie a vote. It went better with my game, my story. And I didn't know Tony. I couldn't give an absolute stranger $2 million.
Right. So the jury was pretty much decided, like at Ponderosa, they were just talking and they're like, yeah, Tony's going to win this. You just sort of knew. And on Edge, talked a lot about Tony winning.
We talked a lot about it on Edge. Different people were like campaigning for different people. But the information coming back was always that Tony's running the show, Tony, blah, blah, blah. So everyone kind of thought that Tony was the front runner. But then when we got to Tribal Council, unfortunately, Michelle did not have a good shot. In any other season, think she would have won, to be honest. Like the way she played and the way she was able to stay in there and the way she rationalized her game was impressive. I think she actually did the best at the final tribal, but she just didn't. She didn't do better than Tony and Natalie, but she did well.
There's no such thing as like a bad player on an all-winner season. So it's everyone sitting at the end is great. Everyone throughout the whole season is great. If you get voted out, it's a compliment. You know, like it's definitely like it's the returning game is very different.
Yes, I agree. Definitely.
So my favorite thing on Winners at War was when I saw you, Danny, Ben, and then Danny say, "Oh, I started saying old school." I was like, "Oh no! Africa, Ben's right there. When Ethan's right there, you're supposed to tell that." But besides Ben, because it's like right like on the left side of Ethan. After Ethan, I was just like, "Oh no! Yep, bye, Danny. See you on the edge." I was like, "Why would you say that? Because you're close to the old school alliance. I just don't understand. Like, I just need an explanation, Ethan. Like, I just don't understand why Danny did that."
I don't know, man. It was confusing because there really was no old school alliance. It didn't exist. Me, Rob, and Parvati were aligned, but we didn't like label it an old school alliance. And then Danny kind of got lumped into that whole old school thing, and we were working with her. We kind of weren't working with her, so it ended up. I don't think she meant to say it at that point, but she did, and it just made things a little bit awkward. Tried to get out of it.
I'll be awkward. If I was Ben, like. Honestly, okay, like Ethan, if you can remove one player from Winners at War and your replacement, who would it be?
If I could remove one person from Winners at War
and your replacement, is not yourself.
Okay, I would probably remove Adam, just because he kind of was the.
Dude.
Yeah, Harrison loves Adam. Just saying,
dude, he was the reason for my he was the reason for my downfall. Like,
right.
It was all
I
Adam.
respect that.
So that's not because he was a good player, just because he screwed things up for me. So that's
who would you have replaced him with?
I would have liked, in terms of people who I would have liked to play with out there.
Yeah.
I would have loved to seen Hatch and Tina. I know them. I could have aligned with them. They're old school. There's only 7 old school and 13 new schoolers. So like, it wasn't balanced there. So I would like another old school player. So an Aris, I would have been able to align well with. I probably could have done well with like a Earl Cole and a Tina and a Hatch, just because I know them. I feel comfortable with them. I've met them. I could have kind of relied on my bonds from outside of the game and bring them inside of the game.
So speaking, my bad. If you guys have
no, just go.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Speaking of
bring it,
your relationships. There was the funniest scene I think I saw was because she's my survivor wife, but Parvati, and you talking about you not knowing how to lie. Was that actually like a real conversation, or was that like, or were you acting?
That wasn't a real conversation. I mean, the way it started was like, I'm like, I was saying, Parvati, listen, like, Danny's going to ask me like who I'm voting for. I know she is. And like our whole thing was like, she's like, "You're so bad at lying." I'm like, "I'm not bad at lying." And then we just kind of played it up a little bit. Obviously, we were having fun with it, and the slap at the end wasn't real, but it was fun to roll. But it did help to actually role play and actually try to speak the things you're going to need to speak at some point. Because sometimes you don't want to be caught like, it's because you want to practice it and get into even when I have important conversations at work, or if I have to like have a hard conversation with a friend, I practice that beforehand before I go into it.
Well,
I do go into it.
Did you know the tribal you were going? Did you know that you were on the chopping block to go?
No, zero idea. 100% blindside.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say, why not vote Parvati? But never mind. I mean, I'm glad you didn't. But
I
was convinced Parvati or Adam was leaving. That was a blind side as a viewer as well.
Yeah. It was like a 5. I think I forgot. I have a short
4 to 3 to 1.
4 to 1. Thank you.
Yeah, we could see that. The real touch-up is there's 0 people talking about voting me off ever. They figured that out like on the walk to tribal council. The only time you heard someone mention it was when I think Michelle said to Jeremy, maybe Ethan, and that was it. And that's because no one was talking about it. And they literally made that decision on the way to tribal.
I have another question. You want to go, Harrison?
Yeah, let me go. So,
Okay.
if you have like a 16-year-old son or girl, would you be allowed him or her to go on Survivor?
It depends. It depends their maturity level, their fitness level, have they been away from home before, like their health, you know, all those things I would have to factor in. But yeah, there are plenty incredibly capable 16-year-olds out there that I think could do really well at Survivor.
Thank you. See, my birthday's on the 3rd, and I like just finished my video a couple weeks ago. So I'm like
How old are
waiting
you?
to send it in till I hit 16.
Oh, you're not. So you're almost 16.
Yeah, October 3rd is when I turn 16.
Nice.
I'm
Anyone
like,
else here 16 yet?
I'm 17.
Yeah, I'm 16. I'm 16.
17. All right. Yeah.
I
Did you guys
applied.
apply?
I did apply. Harrison did as well. Yeah, at least one of us out there one day.
I can't wait. You know, I get.
Okay, I had a question. I did have a question. So Winners at War, the casting process was very different because it was just such a small niche of people. So I kind of know how like the newbie process works. How did Winners at War work? Like, tell me like the whole rundown, when you were called, when you maybe went to casting finals. Did you do Skype interviews? Where you just said, hey, we want you. We're putting you on automatically. Like, how did the casting process work for 40?
I think I got the call in January. And for me, I had to go through a lot of medical stuff before I could say yes. So for me, the actual application process was a lot longer than the other. And I think from CBS's perspective, they had the big names that they wanted to see there. So I think they reached out to some of the bigger names, more popular players first, see if they could get them to once then they committed, or if they committed and they worked around them to find the other, players that, would do well within this group. And we went out there, no pre-interviews or anything like that. I think I want to say casting was in March. Can't remember. And then April, no, it must have been in February. I think casting was in February. And we all went out there for 3 or 4 days for some testing and personality tests, interviews, stuff like that. Came back. They still didn't tell us. And then they finally told us. I mean, I had a good idea that I was going to be on, but some of the other players, I don't think they were as confirmed. And I think like the Adams and the Nicks and the Wendells, I don't think they were as confirmed as like, Rob, me, Tyson,
Yeah, because I was gonna say like, was there anybody else that wasn't on Winners at War that was a winner that you saw during the casting process? Like, who was like the 11th pick amongst the males and the 11th pick amongst the females?
I didn't see anyone out there.
Okay.
Well, I know
Brian wasn't called.
Has said she never got a call.
Who didn't?
Vesepia?
She did not.
Okay.
No.
All right.
But I know Richard and Tina were supposed to be on, and then they told them no after the stuff with Dan.
I thought Richard was really wanted to be on. I really thought that.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
It was the Dan controversy.
Was basically Rich was on until the Dan controversy happened, because in season 8, the whole Sue and Rich thing. I guess Survivor wanted to stray away from that thing possibly getting brought up again.
That doesn't change the fact, though, like, Tina should have been on. Tina was not on. Like, Richard Hatch, I understand. I have no clue why Tina wasn't on. And I would have loved to see her return.
I mean, maybe, I don't know. She was just on Blood versus, not just, but she was on
Yeah,
Blood.
I was going to say, we've seen her recently. They probably wanted people who
that makes sense.
Seen.
Yeah.
Just to see, we've already seen her 3 times.
I need to warn you guys, I got to go. I have another one of these things right at 6 p.m. So I just want to let you know that.
So what time's it now, Ethan? It's, oh, shoot.
56.
Hold on, let me take a picture of this, and then I'll just...
All right.
I know Dylan really wanted to get a question in.
Yeah, Dylan.
I'll get it after this picture. Is Harrison ready for it?
Yeah.
How's my hair, everyone? Is it good?
Flawless after you. On point. All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. One more. There we go. Got it. Thank you. Okay, so...
All right. Anyways, Mike.
Dylan.
Oh, go ahead, Harrison.
No,
Dylan, it's you.
Dylan, it's...
Okay. I have a question. Have you ever talked to Zeke from Millennials versus Gen X and Game Changers?
I haven't talked to him. I've seen some of the...
Because I got beef with him.
What happened?
What's going on?
Oh, something happened.
Oh no.
No, it's something small though. He said he would sign the Sunday buff. I ordered the tribe Sunday buff,
Yeah.
like that. The proceeds go to help her
thank
medical
you. That's
bills.
nice of you.
Yeah, and I get it. I'm excited. I open it. There's no autograph.
No.
Hey Ethan, I just want to say
that's my beef.
Why don't you just email them and say, listen, hey, would you mind throwing an autograph in the mail? And just shoot them your address, because if I forgot to sign, maybe you just forgot to sign it. I've definitely forgot to sign stuff, and just people reach out to me, say, "Hey, I'm supposed to get an autograph." I'll literally sign something. I'll put it in an envelope. I'll stick a stamp on it and send it to you.
Also, I'm gonna order a old school shirt when I get a card. I'm gonna.
All right,
order
I
one.
love it.
Well, I
Sounds
just
good.
want to say before you leave, like you're just very inspirational. Very inspirational. Like when you were, your whole story, I think it's absolutely amazing. You overcame cancer. You then go out to play Winners at War. And, if I ever have kids one day, I'm going to show them the log challenge and be like, hey, look, he didn't give up. And I'm going to tell my kids, don't give up. And that you're very inspirational.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You know what, Ethan? I was about to say. So you inspired people who passed away from blood cancer, or stage 4 lung cancer, or Alzheimer's. I know you know my situation right now, and it's hard because life is not an easy road for all of us. And your story, and I'm glad you did it for all of us. And I'm glad you were the king of the edge of Ethan. You were actually the king.
Of Ethan. I got something really fun coming up. You guys stay tuned.
It's called the king of the edge of Africa, Ethan.
Ethan?
I
love the fact that you gave me the Africa Ethan. There's no.
That should have been your Instagram nickname. Just put Africa_Ethan Zohn. That's it. That's it. So yeah, just thank you so much for making it a great 17th birthday for me. And I know me and my dad are really huge fans of the show. Same to you. And I hope that we can see. Maybe I'll come to North Carolina to see me maybe someday, or
man.
I can come to New Hampshire. Just
totally. When the world opens up, I'm going to be going. I love going to all these. I haven't been to them in forever, just because I wasn't on the show. But all these these Survivor events. There's one in California. There's one in Florida. I'm going to be going to all of them once the world opens up. Travel.
Yeah, come to Florida. Yeah,
I live in Montreal, Canada.
There's nothing here, but come to Minnesota.
No, I come to Minnesota all the time, dude. I got, I said, two of my best friends there. So
I live on the other side of the border, though. I live in Canada. I'm from Montreal, Canada, so that's very far.
Montreal, I'm closest to you. I'm 4 hours from Montreal. Drive from New Hampshire.
Wait, really? Oh, you're from New Hampshire. Okay.
Yeah, drive straight up.
4 hours.
Jonah's like, I
can
got
see you. I was like, oh yeah, it's actually pretty close.
I can see you now.
So Ethan, thank you so much. You inspired so many people.
Yeah. Thank you guys. I need to thank you, Berkowitz, and thank you for getting my shirts, doing the cameos, showing up at the game nights, getting these things. It's a lot of fun for me. Obviously, I make a little bit of money there too, so it really helps a lot in my life. So I truly appreciate it. I'll show up for you guys anytime, and let's hopefully I can see you again soon.
All right.
I'm gonna order this shirt as soon as possible.
All right, man. We got some
follow back.
Tie-dye guy, but we got some new tie-dye stuff coming out.
Can you follow back?
Hey.
Please follow. Can you follow back us on Instagram?
I don't know. It depends how many shirts you buy. I'm just joking.
Here.
It's all about negotiation. When
listen, I get you. Look, you got to be on your hustle. I hear you.
Hey, I love you so much, Ethan. Just keep what you're doing and don't give up on yourself. Love you so much.
Rock. Keep crushing it, and let's stay in each other's spheres, man. Thank you so much.
Love you so much.
All right, see ya.
Take care, guys. Peace out.
Love you, dude. That was fun.
That was sick.
All right.